Now, folks, if you'll just gather around a little closer now. Come right in a little closer. That's it. That's fine. That's fine, folks.
So the video is dated April the 20th. Pre-fight, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia.
I'm catching the flashback.
Golden Boy are at a crossroads with Ryan. Yeah, we know he helped Tank sell a whole load of pay-per-view, and you're banking on him doing that again. But the antics are absolutely ridiculous. And then missing the weight as well. And if he does kill himself to take off the excess, he's a dead man walking in there, if he wasn't already. They're not going to bring Arnold Barboza in like they suggested they would if Ryan has a mental breakdown or fucks up on the scales like he's just did. They're not going to do that. You know what I mean? They'll have to refund too much tickets. Ryan's antics with the beer, the facial expressions, the screaming and shouting, not making the weight. He doesn't really deserve the purse he's getting. And then to talk about $1.5 million is light work for him to give away when he's making that money out of mine and your subscription and whoever's bought tickets. I wish Barboza got the fight. That's all I can say. But the fact that he can't conduct himself like an adult, and there's so many grown people there, like there's all-time great boxers there, people of status and standing all around him, and nobody could go up to him and tell him to shut the up and act like an adult, is a damning indictment on the game of boxing. Anyway, let me turn my attention away from that.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
Boxing.
Beats and rhymes.
All right, let's get back to July the 5th today. The video's in the description box. It's timestamped so you can listen to what you want to listen to and discard what you want to discard. The WBC have expelled Ryan from anything to do concerning fighting after the racial, religious diatribes. Now, you clearly hear me saying that I didn't think he should get the fight. He shouldn't have got the fight. They should have gave the fight to Arnold Barboza. But I'm not naive. It's all about the money. But the big-time players involved, and that's not Eddie Hearn. He didn't promote the event. They definitely overlooked a lot of red flags. More concerned about the green paper. I can't think of a sport with a league structure where Ryan would be allowed to participate, bringing a bottle of beer at the press conference at the weigh-in in this case here. What were they thinking, really? It's a huge oversight. And boxing has to clean up his act. Psych evaluation is going to be needed. Now, there isn't a system in place where they test fighters for the various conditions, ADHD, bipolar. But we didn't really need one here. Like, you bring a beer to the weigh-in, and then some of the other stuff he was doing, shouldn't someone have twigged and said, yo, something's not right with Ryan in it. Something not right. Can't really let him fight. But it's all about that money. The money makes you not want to see the all too obvious red flags. It makes you not want to see, and everybody was like, all right, let's just get this over and done, and we count the money after. Then you got Oscar De La Hoya coming out, tearing into a fighter who could have lost his life because Oscar's fighter tested positive for a banned substance, a PED, a performance-enhancing drug. And then you look at Oscar's behavior, his immaturity, his DUIs. He's been a terrible mentor for Ryan Garcia. Not blaming him, but he just hasn't helped. Like, what possessed Oscar to make that video about Devin? And why haven't DAZN pulled him up? It's about time they pulled him up and say, yo, you're not acting like we would like a promoter on DAZN to act. Got to fix up. One more outburst like that and you're gone. But they're doing nothing.
The latest commentary of Ryan Garcia with the recent racial epithets streamed yesterday. What's your response to
First of all, we at Golden Boy, including myself, we don't condone any, racism and any type of, it's just wrong. It's wrong. And, it's not good what he said. And, we strongly feel that I just heard Ryan saying that he's going into rehab.
Golden Boy don't condone racism. Them emails about Al Heyman calling him the N-word and the Black Hitler suggest otherwise. A lot of you are probably too young to remember when Oscar let us know the Afro-Americans he's fought, they don't have heart, he sneered. They can't take it to the body. I use my speed and my power punches on them, and they give up right away. No Afro-American can take his punch, is what he's seen. That was before he fought Perna Whitaker and got a disputed decision de la Hoya. Just like they did nothing when Ryan was acting like a crazy person. You know, the WBC are expelling him today, but they did nothing when he was acting like a mad person. All through the build-up to the fight. All through it. The New York State Athletic Commission did nothing. Nobody did nothing. Not Golden Boy, not DAZN. Nobody did anything. He was so confident he was going to get away with taking whatever he took. And he's so cocky, thinking like he can do anything. Say anything. But that's because adults have enabled him. But when it all comes crashing down, watch a lot of people who enabled him wash their hands off him. When they're not able to make money off it. There were suspicions he was taking coke. He denied it and he didn't test for it. But he didn't test for marijuana either. He had a big spliff in his mouth. What was it, days or weeks before the fight? Admitted that he was on alcohol and weed when he went into the ring. Well, surprise, surprise. We saw pictures of him smoking weed. I think he was recorded smoking weed. And he bought a beer to the weigh-in. Collecting purses the size of what Ryan is collecting has to come with a responsibility. There's no way around it. And this sounds very boring and old, what I'm saying. So I'm kind of isolated in a box. Oh, here comes Uncle Beats laying down the law. But we enjoy Ryan's antics. Yeah, you enjoy Ryan's antics. But structure is needed. Where were all these adults? State Commission members, WBC delegates, Hall of Fame boxers. None of you said anything that, yo, Ryan, this ain't right. We didn't see no one approach Ryan and step to him and say, yo, you can't act like this. The only person who stepped up was Devin and said, yo, you know there's kids watching when you're admitting that you're smoking weed. There's kids watching. And you're supposed to be a role model. The only person who stepped up was Devin.
And Dave, who's the crazy one now? You know, I didn't really want to say this, but it is the truth. You know, everybody needs to acknowledge, like, yo, I'm tripping. Y'all was tripping, not me. You guys were tripping. I was the one that was actually with sanity, because I'm like, yo, they're hurting little kids. Let's help them. But that's probably being a real man, because I don't give a what people say about me. I walked through the fire and still held it down and still beat Devin Haney and still drank every day and still eat. And I did everything. What happened? False reality, right? Like every single night, went out on the first Monday and the Tuesday and the what happened? I won. Not necessarily am I proud of that, but I'm just saying this is. It was a statement to show you guys can't really hold me. Right, I do whatever I want. I still win. He did settle down on Sunday though.
Post-fight presser bragged about drinking every day and beating Devin. I went out this day, I went out that day. I don't give a fuck. And what happened? They started applauding. Like, who were these people at the presser who were applauding that? Who are these people cheering him on when he's doing them whack freestyles? Talking about Devin's mum. Going on these podcasts with Sneak Code, that fucking idiot. Talking about Muslims. Talking about...
Fresh.
Who are these people cheering him on? Why do they feel so confident to do that? Are these his friends? What has happened to the youth who feel there are no repercussions for whatever they do? What kind of friends are they? They're that enamored by Ryan's fortune and fame. But all them lawsuits, you'll be pulling them chains. They listen to your rap, off time on the beat, hoping you throw them some scraps or something to eat. They're not really Ryan's friends. They're fucking parasites. Young, immature boys in a plastic paradise. Even today, there's a large demographic of people who see Ryan as a hero and Devin as the devil. That's how warped it is out there in the world. I see his mum and dad try and distance themselves from what he said. It's like trying to lock the stable door when the horse is bolted. A little too late. Apparently, he's going to go into rehab, that's what he said. He said he grew up in a neighborhood where they said the N-word all the time. Perhaps that's true. Did they also talk about, I'm the KKK, I'm the KKK? Bringing up George Floyd's name in a negative? This will never be forgotten. But with the nature of the internet and social media, it will wash over. And someone else will be in the dock for acting like a total. Looks like his dad's words had some effect though. if he's going to go off to rehab. The one redeeming thing from all the chaos. Saying that, I don't know if I can really give his dad that much credit, you know what I mean? I think the WBC expulsion shook him up, and he realised now he hasn't got their protection. The sanctioning bodies ain't on board, and the state commissions ain't on board when he comes back. How's he going to make that guap? Money talks, bro. Money talks.